Hey there everyone, happy Thursday. King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon here with you on another very spring-like afternoon, at least for a lot of us. For a few of us, took a while for those clouds to break apart to get some sunshine, and that meant some cooler temperatures. Where that did not happen though, out towards the north coast where we saw some pretty warm temperatures. We're going to show you that here in a second, plus we're going to go over the weekend and how rain is returning. Looks like more on Saturday now as opposed to what we're going to be seeing on Sunday, albeit it looks like Sunday will be kind of damp and unsettled. So we're going to talk about those chances and the continued rain chances and mountain snow too into next work week. Today again, very spring-like, plenty of sunshine out there for many of us, and where we did see a lot more of that sun out towards the north coast and a bit more of that easterly flow, so downsloping winds off of the Olympic Mountains, it warmed us up nicely. 65 degrees for a high in Quileute, and that's a new daily record. The old record at 58, so quite the warm-up today, but you're also noticing a few spots as you head farther south here around Olympia, and then as you get closer to Tacoma, where we really did not have as much of a warm-up today. We only saw 40s and low 50s. That was due in part because of some cloud coverage and some fog that was out there. We're going to show you how that's kind of still lingering, although it did break apart a little more. Up around Bellingham, though, just a couple of degrees off of the record high for today as we topped off at 58. Around the mid-50s for SeaTac Airport, and again, it was a cooler day there in Olympia, so after hitting a record yesterday, did not do that today. All right, here's your 7-day forecast. Tomorrow could be some patchy areas of fog, but generally just partly sunny skies here. The coast, a different story. We do see some clouds and maybe a few sprinkles or patchy areas of mist out there. Into the weekend we go, and we'll have those increasing chances of rain, and that will come in throughout the morning hours. So it's not going to be more afternoon. It probably will start off in the morning for many of us and continue on into the afternoon. And then we'll see more chances throughout Sunday and then into the next work week, where just maybe a few showers are going to be around for Tuesday, Wednesday, and late into Thursday. Check out the mountains right here across the Olympics. We talked about that downsloping wind and warming things up closer to the coast. Well, we're dealing with a little amount of snowpack up here at Hurricane Ridge. We could use a bit more. We have a little more of that on the way heading into next week. Port Angeles, sunshine all the way through. More of the skies for us. Also, pretty wonderful shot of Mount Baker off into the distance right there. And that's looking out across the strait. Looking this way around Everett, a bit more of that cloud coverage. Again, some of that did hold temperatures down just a bit more today in comparison to what we had yesterday. And here in Seattle, you can see that those clouds, they're hanging around, and so that's going to give us a bit more of a cloudy or a mostly cloudy look as opposed to a partly sunny or a mostly sunny look to our sunset here into the evening. But temperatures in the mid-50s, it's still warmer than average. We'll drop down into the night through the 40s and possibly into the upper 30s into early tomorrow morning. Now here's radar, and I wanted to give you a big picture look, but also at the same time to kind of show you where some of those clouds were and some of those patchy areas of fog. You can see those right here moving through the southern part of the state, and that's what helped to keep things quite a bit cooler, especially in some of those valley areas here throughout a good portion of Thursday. Now off to the west, where you can see those two areas of low pressure, those are going to be heading our way, and we'll have some more active weather as we go throughout the weekend. Here for tonight and into the day for tomorrow, not much in terms of any sort of rainfall at all. We're also just going to see some clearing skies and then the clouds coming back up to the picture for tomorrow morning. Now, check that out. The coast is where we could have some of those patchy areas of mist or maybe a few sprinkles out there, just enough moisture in the atmosphere to help to create and produce that. Otherwise, we're probably going to stay dry, especially the farther east you go, as you can see, closer to the I-5 corridor. There's not much action happening here for the day on Friday. Now, as we head throughout Friday night, we start to see that rain arriving across the Olympic Peninsula. Saturday morning, it's right on our doorsteps here, closer to I-5, if not even coming down in the form of light showers to start off the day there. And we'll continue to have those chances increase as we go throughout the day on Saturday. And for the time being, too, you can definitely see that snow levels are still going to be relatively high, so little of anything falling across most of the Olympics as we go throughout the first half of the day, or either into the second half of the daytime hours, maybe a little more towards the evening and into the nighttime hours here across the Cascades. But it's probably going to be more so into Sunday and then into more of early next work week before we see more of the widespread snow coming back across some of our passes at that point. Rainfall, though, could see some decent amounts, anywhere between about a half an inch to an inch for most locations, with the areas out there across the Olympic Peninsula between about an inch to 2 inches of rain ahead. So it's going to be a good rain producer. So yeah, all of this is heading off towards the east. That's the first wave. The second wave that's going to be coming on in, that's heading in from the southwest right here. You can see that just off of the Oregon coast, and that will be heading north. Not a direct hit for us here, and it will start to wind up, so you'll see a bit more of that rain picking up as we head into the evening and into the nighttime hours. That's 6 p.m. here, heading on into more of Sunday night. But at the same time, too, you're noticing just a bit more of that blue popping up here across the Cascades. So a little more snow going to come down with that here across our mountains, and that will sweep its way off to the east, help to open the door for some cool air to sink southward into more of the region and to set us up for whatever moisture that we might have as we continue on into next week to fall more so into the form of snow for the mountains, while here in the lowlands we're talking about some rain. Not a lot of direct hits. As we head on into next week, you can see Tuesday not looking to be terribly wet at all. A few showers could be around Wednesday. A lot of that moisture diving southward down across the Pacific and heading closer to California. We probably see mostly dry conditions on Wednesday, and then into Thursday seeing a better chance heading into the evening, and then into the day on Friday, maybe a better chance again of seeing that rain and mountain snow. So here we go all the way through Tuesday, 1 p.m. We were seeing yesterday between about a half a foot to a foot. Amounts maybe just a bit higher right now. Again, nothing that's going to be terribly impressive with any of this quite yet, but this is just really more the start of things yet to come here as we head into this different pattern towards the second half of the month, hopefully. Your forecast tonight, upper 30s and low 40s for those overnight lows. We'll dip down to about 37 in Port Townsend, 40 degrees in Hoquiam, and after topping off at 65 in Quileute, a low of 42 degrees ahead for us here early into Friday. And then highs tomorrow going to be milder and warmer as you head farther to the east. Maybe a few more 60s out there, especially the farther south and east you go. Off towards the coast, it'll stay cooler with those cloudier skies and also a bit more of those patchy areas of mist. And your forecast here, next 7-day stretch, still calling for a lot more of the cool conditions to be around. Highs around average. We typically should be around the upper 40s to low 50s, so it looks like that's where we're going to be at starting up on Saturday all the way through next Thursday, with more of those rainy conditions coming back into the forecast, which will include Sunday during the Super Bowl, while many of us will be here watching it from our homes or maybe outdoors. If it is outdoors, make sure to have a plan for the rain, or just wherever you might be to celebrate and to root on the Seahawks. But one more day of those milder and warm conditions here heading into Friday, so try to enjoy that if you can. Okay, everyone, have a tremendous Thursday night, and we'll talk to you soon.